enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up. As we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up. The bass goes boom as we enter. Scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes. Scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes. Scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes. As we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes. As we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Making you move to the track, you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes.
These mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire. To strike. strike.
Let's fucking go. Welcome back to another episode of Battle Tactics and War Strategies. Today we're going to be talking about Ii Naomasa. Probably just going to call him Naomasa, so I don't have to say E every time. E. Oh. Anyways. We're just gonna jump into it, kind of bust through this, and then, you know the drill. I'll be back for some Final Fantasy VI shortly after this fucking stream is over. So, that being said, pull some shit up, make sure it's all fucking ready to go. Seems like it's good to me. Alright. Let's go. Ii Naomasa was a general under the Sengoku period daimyo and later shogun Tokugawa Ieyasu. He led the clan after the death of Ii Naotora. He married Tobai in Matsudaira Yasuchika's daughter and adopted the daughter of Tokugawa Ieyasu. Naomasa joined the ranks of the Tokugawa clan in the mid-1570s, rising swiftly through the ranks and became particularly famous after the Battle of Komaki and Nagakute, as he is recognized as one of the 4 guardians of Tokugawa, along with Honda Tadakatsu, who we went over on the last one. Not the last episode, but the last of the 4 guardians, or 4 heavenly kings. Sakakibara Yasumasa and Sakai Tadatsugu. Naomasa then eventually became the master of a sizable holding in Omi province following the Battle of Sekigahara in the 1600. His office in Imperial Japan Ministries was Hyobu Daifu. Naomasa was also notable for his command over an elite troops which named Red Guard that formerly served the Takeda clan. Naomasa was born in the Hoda village of Totomi province. His childhood name was Toramatsu, later Menchiyo. His family, like Tokugawa, had originally been retainers of the Igawa clan. But following the death of the clan's leader, Imagawa Yoshimoto, in the Battle of Okehazama in 1560, confusion and general chaos ensued. Naomasa's father, Naochika, was falsely convicted of treason by Yoshimoto's paranoid successor Imagawa Ujizane and was subsequently killed. Naomasa, then a very small child, escaped his danger. After many difficulties, Ii Naotora succeeded the Ii clan and became the guardian of Naomasa. According to the Ii family biography, in 1574, Naomasa came to Ryutanji Temple for the 13th anniversary of Naochika's death. Then, Naotora and Ryutanji Temple chief priest Nanki Zuimon, who also happened to be Naomasa's great-uncle, consulted and tried to make Naomasa serve Tokugawa Ieyasu. First, in order to prevent Toramatsu from returning to Horaiji Temple, Hiyo married Kiyokage Matsushita, a vassal of the Tokugawa clan, and adopted Toramatsu into the Matsushita clan. It was said the house of the Ii clan invested greatly on Naomasa's education in preparation to entrust him to Ieyasu as a bid to save the Ii clan from crisis. What a beautiful looking castle. I'm not gonna lie, I like Japanese architecture. It's fucking fantastic, let's be real. All the pagodas and castles all fucking look epic, dude. Epic fucking pagodas. In 1575, Toramatsu was discovered by Ieyasu and allowed to return to the Ii clan and changed his name to Machio. Furthermore, he was granted possession of Ienoya in Shizuoka, former territory of Ii clan, and was appointed as page of the Tokugawa Ieyasu after visiting him in Hamamatsu Castle. What a beautiful castle it is! Still standing, obviously. It's probably been refurbished. It's probably not exactly the same as it was back in the day. At that time, there are three influential clans in the Inoya, which led by the so-called Inoya Trio, consisted of Suzuki, Shigetoki, Kondo, Yasumochi, and Suganuma Tadahisha, which joined the Tokugawa's clan ranks after Ieyasu's invasion of Totomi in 1568. As they entered service under Ieyasu, they were placed by Ieyasu under the command of Naomasa. In 1576, Naomasa fought for the first time in battle against Takeda Katsuyori's forces at Shibihara in Totomi province. Since then, Naomasa has been seen alongside Ieyasu Hatamoto's vanguards, alongside Honda Tadakatsu and Sakakibara Yasumasa. At the age of 18, Naomasa participated in the Tokugawa army attack on Tanaka Castle, which guarded by Takeda clan general named Ichijo Nobutatsu. In this battle, Naomasa fought together with Matsudera Ietada, Sakakibara Yasumasa, and Honda Tadakatsu as they all climbed the Tanaka Castle wall and fighting Nobutatsu's soldiers. Fucking A. Bunch of legends. In 1578, Naomasa was given control of 10,000 koku domain due to his unspecified distinguished military merit during the year. Later, Arthur Lindsay Sadler wrote, at age 19, Naomasa gained attention for his first notable performance in battle. Later, at the age of 22, Naomasa... Wait a minute. There we go. This is the one we needed to be on. They were flipped. At the age of 19, Naomasa gained attention for his first notable performance in battle. Later, at the age of 22, Naomasa performed another distinguishing military service against the Takeda clan at the siege of Takatenjin in 1581. It was said that during this period, Naomasa gained Ieyasu's favor due to his blood relation with Lady Tsukiyama, Ieyasu's legal wife. In 1582, the Honnoji incident. After the Honnoji incident, Naomasa accompanied Ieyasu on an arduous journey to escape the enemies of Nobunaga in Sakai and return to Mikawa. However, their journey was very dangerous due to the existence of Ochimushagari groups along the route. During this journey, Naomasa and other senior Ieyasu retainers such as Sakai Tadatsugu and Handa Tadakatsu fought their way through the raids and harassment from the Garis, the samurai hunters, outlaws during their march escorting Ieyasu, sometimes advancing by usage of gold and silver bribes given to some of the more amendable Gari troops. As they reached Kada, an area between Kameyama town and Iga, the attacks from the Gari finally ended as they reached the territory of Kokaiki Jizamori, warriors who are friendly to the Tokugawa clan. The Kokaiki warriors then escorting the group while assisting them, eliminating the threats of the Gari outlaws until they reached the Iga province, where they were further protected by the samurai clans from the Iga Iki, which accompanied Ieyasu group until they safely reached Mikawa. The Itada Nikki Journal has recorded the escorts of Ieyasu has suffered around 200 casualties and only 34 people left when they arrived at the Itada residence in Mikawa. Damn. That's a borderline failed escort mission, not gonna lie. Like, shit. Or was it? I mean, Ieyasu survived, and so did the other 4 heavenly kings, so I guess it's a win. If you only lost the, minor troops, I don't know. After Ieyasu's return to Mikawa, Tensho Jingo War broke out between the Tokugawa clan and the Hojo clan in a protest to gain control of the area of Shinano Province, Ueno region, and Kai Province. The Hojo clan. Kai Province, which has been vacant since the destruction of Takeda clan and the death of Oda Nobunaga, Ieyasu led an army of 8,000 soldiers entering Kai, Shinano Province, and Ueno to annex it. However, the Hojo clan in the Kanto region also led an army of 55,000 men and crossed the Usui Pass to invade Shinano Province. In the Battle of Wakamiko, 8,000 Tokugawa soldiers fought against around 50,000 of the Hojo soldiers led by Hojo Ujenao. Naomasa was recorded to have participated in this engagement. In the middle of this conflict, Naomasa further managed to recruit more samurais who formerly served various Takeda generals such as Ichijo Nobutatsu, Yamagata Masakage, Masatsune Tsuchiya, and Hara Masatane, with the help of former Takeda clan retainer named Kimata Morikatsu, who organized the contacts of those samurais with Naomasa. Sorry, some of this might be a little bit more difficult to read because some of it is translated. Aside from the military service, Naomasa played a diplomatic role during this conflict as he received around 41 letters from many former Takeda clan vassals to submit to Ieyasu. In total, More than 800 vassals of Takeda clan from Kofu province recruited by Ieyasu during the fight against Hojo, which lasted for 80 days. In the final phase of this conflict, Naomasa participated in the Battle of Kurokoma, where the smaller Tokugawa army managed to defeat the larger Hojo army, despite being reinforced by 10,000 soldiers from the Satomi clan from Awa province. From November to January of the following year, Naomasa worked together with another Tokugawa general, Tori Mototada, and two former Takeda clan generals who now joined Tokugawa's clan ranks. Yeah, that's next. We'll just stay on this one for just a little bit longer. Hoshina Masaneo and Suwa Yoritada to attack Chikuma district, which controlled by Hojo clan vassal named Ogasawara Sadayoshi. By February 10th, Sadayoshi surrendered and joined the Tokugawa side. Fucking defector. The result of this war, combined with the defection of Sanada Masayuki to the Tokugawa side, had forced the Hojo clan to negotiate a truce with Ieyasu. The Hojo clan then sent Hojo Ujinobu as a representative, while the Tokugawa sent Naomasa as a representative to negotiate the peace conditions. So not only was Naomasa like a legend in battle, he was a political legend too. He wasn't stupid, he knew what he was doing. According to the Misho Genko Roku record, after the conflict with the Hojo clan, Ieyasu organized a kishoman, or a blood oath, with many samurai clans that formerly were vassals of the Takeda clan, assigned under the command of Tokugawa clan retainers. Ieyasu Tokugawa planned to subduct the largest portions of the former Takeda samurai under Naomasa's command, having consulted and reached agreement with Sakai Tadatsugu, a senior Tokugawa clan vassal. However, Ieyasu's decision garnered protest from Sakakibara Yasumasa, who went so far as to threaten Naomasa. Tadatsugu immediately defended the decision of Ieyasu in response and warned Yasumasa that if he did any harm to Naomasa, Tadatsugu would personally slaughter the Sakakibara clan. Thus, Yasumasa heeded Tadatsugu and did not protest any further. Dang! That's crazy. That's fucking funny. Tadatsugu immediately defended the decision of Ieyasu in response and warned Yasumasa that if he did any harm to Naomasa, Tadatsugu would personally slaughter the Sakakibara clan. Thus, Yasumasa heeded Tadatsugu and did not protest any further. Fucking legend. Then Ieyasu decided to assign 70 members of former Takeda samurais to the Tsuchiya clan under the command of Ii Naomasa. During this year, Naomasa also was given an increase of his domain to 40,000 koku. Later in 1583, Naomasa sent a detachment of former Takeda samurai originated from Kai, which led by his subordinate Kimata Morikatsu to invade Takato area of Shinano province and subdue an area there which would still not submit to the Tokugawa clan. Oh, Sakakibara, look at that. There's their clan emblem. And the Tsuchiya clan emblem. Every clan had their own emblem. I tried to get every clan's emblem, but some of them fucking, I guess, ended up being corrupted when I transferred them from my phone to my computer. I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened. I really don't know what the hell happened with the fucking clan flags and shit, but whatever. Whatever. They're fucking cool. A lot of the, like, different clan designs, right, were fucking awesome. In 1584, on April 9th, during the Battle of Nagakute, Naomasa was entrusted to lead around 3,000 soldiers on the left wing of Tokugawa Force Formation. On the opposing side, Ikeda Tsuneyoki and Mori Nagayoshi commands 3,000 and 2,000 soldiers respectively. At around 10 a.m., Naomasa clashed against the troops of Tsuneyoki. The battle lasted over 2 hours, as Naomasa's units repeatedly foiled attempted charges towards his position by Tsuneyoki and Mori Nagayoshi troops with musket rifle barrages. Until Nagayoshi was shot and killed in action, causing the entire Tokugawa force to gain the upper hand amid the chaos. That's why it is imperative. Like, if you can take down a commanding officer, that is, like, imperative battle tactic. Number one, you take out commanding officer, the rest of the like, smaller subordinates just fucking lose their minds. At least in, like, you know, older warfare. Newer warfare, there's a lot, like, with, you know, wireless communications and satellite and shit like that, cell phones and whatever else. Like, all the different ways to communicate with one another. I mean, warfare's a little different nowadays, but, like, back in the day, if you took out the commander, holy shit, it was basically game over. It's too much chaos. Nobody knew what the fuck to do. Like, dang. Tsuneyoki also killed by Nagai Naokatsu's spear and died in battle. Morosuke Ikeda was also killed by Ando Naotsugu. Meanwhile, Ikeda Terumasa retreated from the battlefield, and eventually Tsuneyoki and Mori forces were crushed, and the battle ended in victory for the Tokugawa forces. In this battle, Naomasa fought so valiantly that it elicited praise from the Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who was on the opposing side. The level of honor, man. Like, samurais just out here recognizing each other's skills, bro. Like, if you were legitimately a good samurai, other good samurais recognize that. Like, that's fucking awesome. Honor above and all else. Fucking amazing. After the Battle of Komaki and Nagakute, the front line in the northern Owari reached stalemate. Ieyasu and Oda Nobukatsu led 20,000 soldiers and besieged 3 castles: Keni Castle, Maeda Castle, and Shimoichiba Castle. The Keni Castle was defended by Maeda Nagatane and Takigawa Kazumasu. Tadatsugu, Okanabe Mori, and Yamaguchi Shigemasa spearheaded the attack towards Shimoichiba Castle. On June 22nd, Nobukatsu and Ieyasu launched an all-out attack on Keni Castle. The soldiers, led by Tadatsugu, Naomasa, Ishikawa, Kazumasa, Hana Tadakatsu, Sakakibara Yasumasa, and Matsudera Ietada were deployed in reserve before entering the battle with Ieyasu himself. On the 23rd of June, Ieyasu entered the castle with Sakakibara Yasumasa and the castle was then subdued. Fucking A. Destroyed. Oh, look, that's Oda Nobukatsu right there. Following his peace negotiation between Ieyasu and Hideyoshi's mother, Omandokoro, was sent to stay with Naomasa in gentle captivity, cementing alliance between Tokugawa and Toyotomi. It was reported that Hideyoshi were satisfied with Naomasa's work while guarding his mother. That's another thing. It wasn't like they were held as prisoners. Like, when they say gentle captivity, they literally mean gentle captivity. Like, they were catered to, almost like royalty. Because if any harm was to come to them, then, it's like going against the treaty, but having something physical there to make the treaty real, right? Because we have treaties and agreements nowadays in this country, right, that just get completely ignored and are totally one-sided, and we get the shit end of the stick because of it. And we just allow it to happen. It's fucking wild. It's wild that we allow it to happen. This is why I was like, fuck yeah, W. Trump. Let's go tariffs. Ugh. Amazing. See, Trump knows what he's doing. Fucking necessary. Can't have these, like, disheveled agreements that don't hold any weight because there's no consequences. Well, the Japanese found a way around that. We'll take really good care of your family. Right? As part of the agreement to, like, let's not go to war, we have a fucking truce. We'll take really good care of your family. But if you come at us in any kind of way, well, you can kiss that family member goodbye. And just as equally, if we fuck up with your family member, well, then we kind of have to bite the bullet when you come up pissed off, right? Like, fuck. But oftentimes, the gentle prisoners, right? The gentle cared for prisoners, quote unquote, were very satisfied with what the fuck, like the care they were given and how they were taken care of. They, thoroughly satisfied because they were pampered. Fucking amazing. You'd almost want to volunteer for it. You know what I mean? Like, nah, take me. I'll be the agreement. You can just take me, feed me all day, and fucking pamper my ass. Fucking shit. Nah, it was usually women. Damn privileged. Oh, just kidding. In 1585, during the Tokugawa clan's first siege of Ueda Castle against the Sanada Masayuki, Ii Naomasa led a 5,000 soldier reinforcement along with Osuga Yasutaka and Matsudera Yasushige. They led reinforcement forces to cover the retreat of Tokugawa forces after they failed to pacify the castle due to hostile movements from Usugi Kagekatsu. In the same year, Ishikawa Kazumasa, a senior vassal of Tokugawa, defected from Ieyasu to Hideyoshi. What a douche. This accident caused Ieyasu to undergo massive reforms of the structures of Tokugawa clan military government. At first, Ieyasu ordered Torimoto Tada, who served as the county magistrate of Kai, to collect military laws, weapons, and military equipment from the time of Takeda Shingen and bring them to the Hamamatsu castle. Later, he also appointed two former Takeda vassals, Naruse Masakazu and Okabe Masatsuna, as magistrates under the authority of Ii Naomasa and Handa Tarakatsu, while he also ordered all of the former Takeda vassals who now serve him to impart any military doctrines and structures they knew during their service under the Takeda clan. And lastly, he ordered the three of his prime generals, so-called Tokugawa Four Heavenly Kings, Ii Naomasa, Honda Tadakatsu, and Sakakibara Yasumasa, to serve as supreme commanders of his new military regiments. Defected to Hideyoshi. Like, how do you defect to a guy that looks like that? Come on now. How you gonna defect to Hideyoshi? And dude looks like he's freaking crazy. In 1586, according to the Sakakibara clan historical records, Ieyasu and Naomasa, Honda Tadakatsu and Sakakibara Yasumasa, Ieyasu sent Naomasa, Tadakatsu, and Yasumasa as representatives to Kyoto, where three of them, being regarded as Tokugawa Senketsu, three great nobles of Tokugawa. Then, in the following month, the three of them joined by Sakai Tadatsugu to accompany Ieyasu in his personal trip to Kyoto, where the four of them became famous, quote-unquote. I'm assuming that's where they got their Four Heavenly Kings title. In 1587, during the campaign of Toyotomi Hideyoshi against the Iko-Iki rebel armies, the Tokugawa clan was involved in the Battle of Tanaka Castle in Fujieda, Shizuoka. In 1588, during a visit of the Tokugawa clan to pay respect to Toyotomi Hideyoshi, Naomasa was appointed to the rank of Jiju, equivalent of English Chamberlain office, and became the highest-ranking senior vassal in the Tokugawa family. This made Naomasa outrank even the most senior Tokugawa officers such as Sakai Tadatsugu. In 1590, in May, Naomasa participated in the Toyotomi forces during the campaign against the Hojo clan. Later, as Minowa Castle surrendered without a fight. It's kind of a... Japan has some pretty landscapes, man. Some luscious greens going on in Japan. What the heck? Crazy. Later, as Minowa Castle surrendered without a fight, it was awarded to Naomasa as Castellan. Naomasa significantly expanded the castle and dug deep and wide dry moats and replaced earthen ramparts with stone walls along the main route into the castle. The siege of Odawara as the last Hojo clan stronghold almost saw no significant military action, with the exception of Naomasa's night raid attack. This happened after the group of miners from Kai province dug under the castle walls, allowing men under Ii Naomasa to enter and engage the enemy. After the surrender of the Hojo clan, Ieyasu sent Naomasa and Sakakibara Yasumasa with 1,500 soldiers to witness the seppuku suicide ritual or self-deletion ritual procession of the defeated enemy generals Hojo Ujimasa and Hojo Ujiteru. For those of you that do not know what seppuku is called, or what seppuku is, seppuku, also called harikiri, is a form of Japanese ritualistic self-deletion by disembowelment. It was originally reserved for samurai in their code of honor, but was also practiced by other Japanese people during the Showa era to restore honor for themselves or for their families. realistically the only real honorable form of self-deletion, I guess, technically. Because it was done for a greater purpose, not just to, like, run away from your problems like cowards. I don't know. As a result of his meritorious service during this campaign, Naomasa was awarded with an increase of domain stipends to 120,000 koku. Later in October 28th of the same year, a massive rebellion against the Toyotomi government in Mutsu province, incited by Hianuki Hirotada and Waga Yoshitada, broke out. In response, Hideyoshi sent a punitive expedition with 30,000 army and strength, led by Ieyasu Tokugawa Toyotomi Hidetsugu Date Masamune. Oh, let's go. Ishida Mitsunari Otani Yoshitsugu Gamo Ujisato Uesugi Kagekatsu Satake Yoshishige and Maeda Toshii. In order to pacify those rebellions. That was a lot of names, and I don't think I butchered them that bad. Naomasa participated in this expedition, brought in his Red Demons unit as a vanguard of Tokugawa forces, or Red Guard. It was Red Guard or Red Demons is what they were known as. Subsequently, with the Waga Hianuki Rebellion, Kunohi Rebellion also broke out on the 13th of March, 1591. Thus causing the punitive expedition army to take measure of this development by splitting their forces, as Ieyasu, Naomasa, Ujisato, and some of their commanders were now changing their focus to suppress Mazazane's rebellion first. Naomasa also brought some veteran vassals such as Kondo Hideo. During the operation against the Kunohi clan rebels, Naomasa became the vanguard with Nabuneo. As they advanced towards Kunohi Castle, they faced a small force of Kunohi rebels, which were easily defeated. As they approached the Kunohi Castle, Naomasa suggested to the other commanders to besiege the Kunohi Castle until they surrender. As the operation began, Naomasa became part of the army who besieged Kunohi Castle, where he and Asano Nagamasa deployed on the east side across the Nekobuchi River. On the 4th of September, the rebels executed the prisoners inside the castle and committed mass self-deletion after setting fire, which burned the castle for 3 days and 3 nights and killed all within. Dang! They went scorched earth on themselves. That's wild. What the fuck? Shit. After the Kunohi clan was suppressed, Naomasa's detachment rejoined the main expedition army with Mitsunari, Asano, Nagamasa, and others to finish the operation to pacify Hianuki and Waga clans. As Naomasa marched across Mutsu and Dewa province, subduing the resistances and capturing castles from Waga and Hianuki's allies during his journey. The legend, he's like, you know what? I'll just take care of the strategic points on my way. I ain't even gotta worry about fucking meeting up with the main force just yet. We'll hit some of these smaller targets that are just kinda outliers, but they're relatively important because they're strategic locations, so we'll just take them out on the way, because they're on the way anyways, might as well. Why backtrack when we could just kind of pincer him at the end? And take out any chance for reinforcements they may have. From these isolated areas, or very specific areas, on the way to meet up with the main force. Naomasa was strategic legend, dude. He knew what he was doing all the time. The rebellion's finally being suppressed June 20th, with Waga Yoshitada being slain in battle, while Hianuki Hirotada sentenced to Kaiki law, which stated that he and his clan's status and rights as samurai were stripped. No longer are you a part of the shogunate. Oh. In 1598, after Hideyoshi died, political strife occurred between Ieyasu and other Toyotomi clan regents. Naomasa undertook political initiatives as he built a relationship with Kuroda Yoshitaka and Kuroda Nagamasa, and formed a pact. Through the Kuroda clan, Naomasa successfully swayed the other military commanders to support the Tokugawa clan. Aside from the Kuroda clan, according to a letter of Naomasa, which preserved in modern day Hikone Castle Museum, Naomasa also engaged in correspondency with Sanada Nobuyuki to gain his support for the Tokugawa clan in response for the predicted incoming conflict between Ieyasu with his political enemies. On the same year, Naomasa also built Tagasaki Castle and relocated his seat there. Manawa Castle was abandoned and allowed to fall into ruin. Dang it, and that was what you saw with the picture back there. In 1600, on the eve of Sekigahara campaign, Naomasa led the forces in the Tokaido area together with Honda Tadakatsu and played a central role in Ieyasu's representative. The troops of Naomasa were reinforced with a detachment of the Kugai Masatoshi, vassal of Tokugawa Hidetada, who at the moment still was busy in the siege of Ueda Castle. On the 21st of August, the Eastern Army Alliance sided with Ieyasu Tokugawa and attacked Takegahana Castle, which was defended by Oda Hidenobu, who sided with the Mitsunari faction. They split themselves into two groups, where 18,000 soldiers led by Ikeda Terumasa and Asano Yoshinaga went to the river crossing, while 16,000 soldiers led by Naomasa, Fukushima, Masanori, Hasawaka Tadaoki, Kyogoku Kochi, Kuroda Nagamasa, Kato Yoshiaki, Toro Takatora, Tanaka Yoshimasa, and Honda Tadakatsu went downstream at Ichinomiya. The first group, led by Terumasa, crossed the Kiso River and engaged in battle at Yoneno, causing the Hidenobu army to be routed. On the other hand, Takegahana Castle was reinforced by a Western Army faction's general named Sugiura Shigekatsu. The Eastern Army, led by Naomasa and Fukushima, crossed the river and directly attacked the Takegahana Castle at 9 in the morning on August 22nd. Shigekatsu himself setting the castle on fire and committed self-deletion as a final act of defiance. Seems like a common story in the ancient history of Japan. Oh shit, we're not quite there yet. Stay on the fucking Sekigahara shit. Still there. On the 24th of September, Ieyasu had demanded Naomasa to quickly pacify the Gifu Castle, as they needed to move fast to rescue other feudal lords who sided with Ieyasu, such as Kato Sadayasu and Takanaka Shigekado, whose position being besieged by Mitsunari's Western Army. On the 29th of September, Naomasa and Handa Tadakatsu led their army to rendezvous with Ikeda Terumasa's army, where they engaged Oda Hidenobu's army in the Battle of Gifu Castle. In this battle, Hidenobu Castle was deprived of the expected support from Ishikawa Sadakiyo, who decided not to help the Western Army in this war after he made an agreement with Naomasa. Hidenobu was prepared to commit seppuku, but was persuaded by Ikeda Terumasa and others to surrender to the eastern forces, and the Gifu Castle fell. You didn't bring honor back to yourself or your family. How dare you not commit seppuku? On the 21st of October, in the Battle of Sekigahara, Naomasa gave a notable performance where his unit outpaced those of other generals such as Fukushima Masanori, drawing the first blood, quote-unquote, where Naomasa led 30 spearmen from center of formation charging the ranks of the Western Army, followed by Masanori units who started clashing against Okita Hidei units. However, modern historian viewed the act of Naomasa was due to the confusion of both sides, as there was heavy fog covering the battlefield, causing him to unintentionally start the first clash against the enemy and break Ieyasu's order to let Masanori do the first move in the battle. Meanwhile, Watanabe Daimon offered an explanation that many indications of the battle records. The assignment of Naomasa as Ichiban Yari, or the first unit to charge the enemy, was already settled before the battle, while Masanori had agreed with Naomasa's intention to lead the first attack. Since Daimon argued that Naomasa was appointed by Ieyasu as supreme field commander who was responsible for all commands and strategies during the clash in Sekigahara. Now you know why he was appointed the supreme commander, because this boy knew what he was fucking doing. He probably... Okay, let me assess this for a second from a different strategic outlook, right? Daimon's probably right that Naomasa had already made the agreement pre-battle to attack first. I'm assuming he knew the weather was going to be an issue, considering the time of year it was and fog being a normal thing. And he probably figured right at the time where the fog was most likely the thickest, in his opinion, that's when he charged. He wanted to take full advantage of the environment and the situation. The guy was a genius a lot of the time. As the battle entered the final phase, Naomasa turned his attention towards Shimazu troops. However, Naomasa was shot and wounded by a stray bullet during his attempt to chase in his pursuit against Shimazu Yoshihiro. In the end, Naomasa lost his trails from chasing Yoshihiro, although in the process his troops also managed to kill Yoshihiro's nephew named Shimazu Toyohisha. After the Sekigahara battle, Naomasa asked to seek pardon towards Ieyasu for Sanada Masayuki and Sanada Yukimura at the behest of Sanada Nobuyuki. Naomasa also had his fief increased from 60,000 koku to 180,000 koku. Naomasa complained this to Nagai Naokatsu as he considered it small compared to Ikeda Terumasa, who received 520,000 koku. It is recorded by Arthur Lindsay Sadler that Naomasa and Handa Tadakatsu expressed dissatisfaction of their rewards to Ieyasu. Yeah, they were also often pissed that they got paid fucking weak in comparison. But, nonetheless, it happens. Later, after the Western Army on the Sekigahara, Ieyasu dispatched his army to attack Sawayama Castle in Omi Province, the former territory of Ishida Mitsunari and Kobayakawa Hideyuki troops at the vanguard. Most of the castle's troops were at the Battle of Sekigahara, leaving the castle's garrison at 2,800 men. Despite the absence of the lord of the castle soldiers fought well, but eventually some soldiers such as Moritmo Hasegawa betrayed the castle and opened the castle for the besieging army. Oops! Most of Mitsunari relatives, including his father Masatsugu Masazumi and Kagetsuin, were all killed in battle or committed seppuku. After the castle fell, in 1601, Naomasa appointed to take control of Sawayama Castle. However, as the castle was viewed as an unstrategic location, Naomasa ordered the castle building along with its structure dismantled while transferring its materials instead to the Kohei Castle, another castle which was controlled by Naomasa. He also was appointed the rank of junior 4th rank. The legend. So we're going to talk about this for a second. Moritomo Hasegawa betrayed the castle and opened the castle for besieging army. He didn't betray them. This man was one of the OG ninjas, bro. Like, infiltration to the max. Where you commit yourself to the other, like the origin of spies, basically. Only to another level. Like, we're talking goes to war for this other dude and like gains absolute and undivided trust, only to be left slightly in charge and fuck everything up in the like that was the whole goal. Every daimyo or, clan leader had this issue in their clans with someone that was sent in as an infiltrator or a ninja, right? It's like why all ninjas were actually samurais at the same time, 'cause they were. Several months after the battle in Sekigahara, Naomasa sent military reinforcements to assist Yamauchi Kazutoyo, pacifying rebellion in Tosa domain against retainers of the Chosakabe clan. The Ichiro Gusoku peasant army. Shit. The wound which Naomasa suffered in Sekigahara also prevented his personal involvement in quelling the last vestiges of the anti-Tokugawa faction in the aftermath of Sekigahara engagement. Naomasa sent his vassal, Suzuki Hioe, with a force as strong as 8 ships to help Kazutoyo, which finally pacified the area in 5 weeks. After killing about 273 enemies, the 273 dead rebels' heads were decapitated and sent to Naomasa to prove that it happened. That is nuts. He's like, go out there and do it, and I want fucking proof. Like, holy shit. Could you imagine being on your deathbed like, I want fucking proof? Because he was dying from these injuries at this time. It wasn't like they were non-severe injuries. Like, dude was suffering probably some infections and some other stuff going on that he didn't have access to modern medical technology like penicillin and shit. Naomasa's premature death in 1602 has been widely blamed on the wound he received at Sekigahara, likely due to infection. or damaged tissue that reopened and internal bleeding. Naomasa was highly regarded by Tokugawa Ieyasu, so it is no surprise that his sons, Naotsugu and Naotaka, succeeded him in his service and title. However, Naotsugu managed to anger Ieyasu by refusing to take part in his campaign to reduce the Toyotomi clan stronghold at Osaka. Bin talk. I'm curious on how in touch they stayed with their undercover agents. The less they keep in touch, the less information that could get them caught. Exactly. No, I'm pretty sure these undercover agents, were trained from, childhood, early childhood, right? In the, everything, basically, that they needed to accomplish to achieve a very specific goal. So, they didn't have to be in contact. Right? It's not like infiltration to gather information. It's infiltration to subdue from the inside, right? It's like being an infection that they don't know that they have. That's the kind of early ninja infiltration I'm talking about. Shit was crazy in the samurai period. They were literally infiltrating each other, and sometimes the mission was infiltration, assassination. So it's infiltrate, get married to some clan leader's daughter or whatever, and then become a part of the clan. And then all of a sudden, the father-in-law just so happens to fucking pass away suddenly out of nowhere. And now the new, the guy that married the daughter of the clan leader is now the leader of that clan, so he effectively takes it over, but he's allied with this other clan over here, so now this clan and this clan that were originally opposed to each other are now allies of each other, and the forces grow, right? That's how that all works. It's fucking nuts. I imagine they had a call sign that someone would tell them were similar and only contact them once before they were needed. Oh no, I don't even think they had any contact. Unless it was an infiltration to gather information, and then it was you're debriefed before the mission, and if you don't come back from your mission, we're just gonna go ahead and suspect that you're dead. And it's a total loss on information gathering, and we're probably gonna have to send out another guy, right? But oftentimes they'd send out 3 or 4 guys, and it would be their best guys to go get information. Naomasa, Tadakatsu, and, what's the other guy's fucking name? It's the 3 fucking dudes together, right? 3 of the 4. They usually went together, and it was if they were gonna get information, they would just dress up and wear emblems from opposite clans, and just go kind of hang out, and then report back to Ieyasu Tokugawa. It was true infiltration. It's not oh, we have call signs and there's somebody waiting out on the fucking in the bushes and shit. It's no, you don't know until they come back with the information, right? And if they don't come back, they probably were found out and they were probably killed. But that was also, kind of the point of the whole, that's how it went. Japan wasn't unified, really. For a long time, it was a bunch of different clans all warring with each other. And so, you had a lot of, deception, infiltration, assassination, propaganda, you had a lot of agreements, and then, I was explaining earlier, the gentle care thing, right? It's oh, we're going to take a prisoner. But what they would do is they would take a prisoner as a peace agreement, and then take really good care of that prisoner. The prisoner would basically be fucking royalty. You know what I mean? Pampered to the utmost. Oftentimes, these gentle care prisoners were very, very happy with their situation. Like I pointed out earlier, it's like almost like the type of situation you'd want to volunteer for. Like, sign me up, buddy. Shit. I get all the luxuries of royalty, and I'm a prisoner, quote unquote. Okay, whatever. Fucking, I'll be a prisoner for some, like, free gourmet food. My bed's warmed for me. Like, somebody else always takes care of all of my shit, regardless of what it is, and I basically get to do whatever I want to do as long as it's within the confines of the fucking castle. For example, when you open the gates for them, I think they would have. I would think they might have tried to let him know the optimal time to open the gates at some point, so the troops were already outside. So it would depend on the need. Yeah, you could say that. I mean, there might have been a call sign, you know, and there might have also been a certain amount of criteria too, right? Like, if all of these criteria are met, do the thing. And that also might not have been part of the plan, too, right? His plan might have just been infiltration, and then, you know, just kind of like, when you're on the field, give shitty commands to the troops after you gain a certain position of power and you have control over a certain amount of troops. Just give us a hole that we can break through, and then once their line is destroyed and their organization is messed up, we can take advantage of the chaos, right? Like, you don't really have to give somebody specific, like, open the gates this time on this signal, right? It doesn't have to be that perfect. It's just like, go fuck their shit up. And guy thought to himself, well, the most effective way I could probably screw their shit up right now would be to open these gates and let them in. You know what I mean? It's just convenient that they were going to war at that time, right? Because, like, you got to think, these guys are thinking independently, too. It's not like they're highly trained. It's the equivalent of special forces, right? And get conditioning force. I know, I get you. Makes sense. Yeah. You know, I'm just trying to explain it in a way that everybody can understand, right? I guess, if that makes sense. Like, I know you're a fucking smart person, Bintalk. I could explain it in just one sentence and you'd probably understand what I mean, right? But, like, sometimes you gotta kind of go into a little bit more detail before others understand, and I understand that. So, if my explanations ever seem long-winded, that's why. That's why. I've had to explain myself a number of times. Or not necessarily myself, but what I'm talking about, right? People look at me with this face like, could you kind of dumb it down? And it's like, well, I mean, could you kind of smarten it up? Like, come on. I'm just being a dick. But that is Ii Naomasa. All the way from birth to death and all the campaigns in between. The legendary strategist that he was. Let's fucking go, buddy. Next time, we're gonna go over one of the other 4 Tokugawa Heavenly Kings. We have done so far Honda Tarakatsu of the Honda clan, Ii Naomasa of the Ii clan. Next, we're gonna do Sakakibara Yasumasa of the Sakakibara clan. Sakakibara Yasumasa was a Japanese daimyo of the late Sengoku period through early Edo period who served the Tokugawa clan. As one of the Tokugawa family's foremost military commanders, he was considered one of its 4 guardian kings, along with Sakai Tadatsugu, Honda Tadakatsu, and Ii Naomasa. His notable military accomplishments is during the Battle of Anagawa, when he changed the tide of the battle with flanking maneuver. Another notable service was when he conquered many Takeda clan castles in Totomi province from the span of 1574 to 1579. The dude was a fucking legend. He was a part of the, influential part of the government, too. He wasn't just, Mr. Super Warrior Strategist. He was more of like a political strategist. A lot of Naomasa's political ideas and political strategies came from Yasumasa, who was very intelligent politically. Dude, fucking, yeah. Yeah, guy's a legend. Honda Tokugawa, yes. Don't worry, my dude. I know why you need to talk a lot about it. It's a YouTube video. It needs to account for multiple knowledge levels, etc. That long-windedness makes it a better video with more detail. Yeah. Yep. To some people, it can be a little dry. I understand that, right? The further you go up on the intelligence chain, the more long-winded shit just kind of starts to bug you a little bit, right? But, I watch my streams back because I have to make shorts. I have to clip it and make shorts. I do everything myself, right? I'm the one that does all the editing, makes the intros, does the research, pulls all the visual content, reads, the multiple different sources that I read, whether it be Britannica or whatever the fuck else, and then produces the content. While I'm going live, I'm the one changing everything. I'm in charge of the mouse. I'm in charge of the scenes. It's all me, buddy. It's all me, right? So, I can kind of get a sense for what is entertaining and what's not entertaining by how entertained I am watching my stream back, right? Because after I'm done with the stream, it's I have terrible immediate short-term memory. After a couple hours, the short-term memory, pretty spot on, but, immediately, I couldn't tell you what I said 5 minutes ago. Fuck. But I'll watch the stream back, and if it's entertaining to me, then I can tell you it's at least entertaining for a few other people, right? And I also get to see where I can improve on, which is kind of nice, too. I realize that there are a few things, like my camera, that could use improvements, but right now I'm just don't have a whole lot of money, so can't be spending money on equipment. Unless people want to donate, link is pinned in the comments or it's in the description. Otherwise, kind of stuck with what I got, right? Gotta make do. It wasn't originally doing this kind of content. Over on Facebook, I was doing gaming content, so all my fucking equipment is set up for gaming. Bought a bunch of shit in regards to fucking games. And then just kind of winged it. I was like, man, I don't want to fucking just be a gaming streamer. I'll do gaming and stuff, and I'll do voice acting for the entertainment purposes, but man, I don't want to fuel the TikTok brain in society. I'd rather provide some kind of educational long-form content that people are going to actually learn something and get some value from. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of value that comes out of my streams as far as recognizing different types of propaganda, learning different types of battle tactics and war strategies that might be hint, implemented on your country, wherever you're at in the world, right? Just because you're in 2024 doesn't mean that war tactics haven't stopped all over the planet. It's been going on since the dawn of human beings. Get used to it, should probably learn about it, and that's why I do it. Now that Oda is out of the way, yeah, Oda. Gotta get some fucking Old Spice for that body Oda. Oh, just kidding. Ha. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do next time. Sakakibara Yasumasa. Fucking legends. And then after him we will complete the four heavenly kings with Taratsugu. Sakai Taratsugu. And then we're gonna do the actual Ghosts of Tsushima Mongolian invasion of Japan. And that should be fun. That should be a couple of episodes long. Because there's a lot that goes into that. Fucking Mongols, man. Yeah, this content is somewhat rare, but helps build people's levels of thought in different ways. Yes, that was the goal. That's why I have three different shows on the same channel. Don't force people to bounce around to this channel and that channel and go to this channel and go to that channel. All my shorts, all my videos, all my content on one channel. That way, if you want to watch some battle tactics and war strategies, you got that. You want to watch some aviation content and learn about planes, you got that. And if you want to just relax and escape from the fucking world, laugh and watch me take L's trying to voice act classic video games, well, I guess you got that shit too. Like, man. Try to provide multitudes of content for people to enjoy so that it's not so linear and it's not extremely repetitive. I cannot stand repetitive shit, man. That drives me fucking nuts. And I can only imagine it drives a bunch of other people nuts, so I try to make every stream at least something slightly different. I know the gaming streams are like, that's kind of hard to do when you're playing the same game, right? But at least they're not playing the same part of the same game. And I'm voice acting it, so. But as far as my other streams, I would like to continue doing other things every stream, not cover the same ass thing over and over. I get it's the same subject, but it's not the same. Like, there's so many different wars and so many different styles of how war was fought throughout history, and it's pertinent information, so fuck it, you know? That being said, I'm gonna get out of here right this second for a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and play some video games. Whoa, shit, Jesus Christ. Bintalk tipped $10. Let's go, Bintalk. Thank you for the tip.
Thank you for the fun nights and all the different things I did not know.
Shit, Bintalk. I didn't even know the TTS worked. To be fucking completely honest with you, I don't know if you guys heard that, but let's fucking go. Thank you, Bintalk. I appreciate it. You're a fucking legend. Holy shit. Holy shit. Fucking $10. I knew I set up the TTS, I just didn't know if it works, and I'm gonna have to honestly go back and watch this and see if that fucking shit fucking actually went through. Did it? Did you hear it, or was it like total L on the TTS? I'm just curious. Fucking. You heard it? Let's fucking go, buddy. Holy shit. I'm a fucking noob when it comes to success indeed. Dude, I'm a fucking noob when it comes to this shit, man. Oh my god. I spend like hours on Google looking up tutorials for how to do this stuff, man. It's kind of funny. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Well, thank you, BitTalk. I appreciate it. I fucking appreciate it. Man. I don't even know how to take this. My first $10 donation ever. Like, ever in streaming. So fucking thank you. It's awesome. It's awesome. That being said, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Enjoy your time because it may be limited. My time with you tonight isn't. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this stream to keep it separate from the gaming stream. Go refill my tea/brandy combination. Probably grab another soda. Use the restroom, and I will be back shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and guess right around 15 minutes is how long it'll take me to complete everything and be back here and be live again. So, either I will see you all shortly, or I will see you all tomorrow evening for more battle tactics and war strategies, getting into more samurai shit. Because, as you can tell, I love my samurai shit. I got my katana, got my other katana, I got my fucking straw hat, I have a Hakama uniform. Damn it, I'm not wearing my sandals, but I have fucking wooden sandals too. Let's fucking go, buddy. I got the whole goddamn getup. Shit. I just don't have a suit of armor. It's in the works. It is in the works. And when I get a suit of armor, I will do every stream in a suit of armor. I swear to God, I will sit here in a suit of armor and I will do every stream in that motherfucker. You have no clue. Holy shit. That'll be the thing. That will be the thing. When I get a suit of armor, I'm going to do my streams in a suit of armor. Gaming or not, it's going to be a suit of armor. That being said, I will catch y'all in about 15 minutes. I am going to hop out here. Oh yeah, bin talk. By the way, you're going to enjoy this. Why? Because you like military farts. You have a sword fight with Speakeasy with his straw hat on. Dude, that'd be hilarious. I'm down. I'm super down. Shit, I could teach Speak how to use a sword real well. Fucking well over 25 years of experience with the sword, buddy. Let's fucking go. It's one of my favorite weapons. But yeah, so I did this specifically for you, Ben Talk. Usually I play the old intro as the outro, but I'm going to play the new intro as the outro this time because you specifically requested it. I know how much you enjoy it. So here you go. Have all the fun.
The bass goes boom as we enter, shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up. Boom as we enter, shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up. The bass goes boom as we enter. Scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Shaking the room from the back to the center. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the room from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Body scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes. Your face closed up cause the bass goes. scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the roof from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Fucking scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes as we enter. Shaking the roof from the back to the center, making you move to the track you surrender. Fucking scrunching your face closed up cause the bass goes.
These mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire.
Now to strike.
These mortals have awakened the gods of old. We rise from our slumber to reveal our true power. Focus fire.
Now to strike.